ladies and gentlemen, to the beautiful Marietta Ice Center, located in quite possibly one of the most scenic locations on the planet. You've heard of Mount Fuji. You've heard of Machu Picchu. No, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Marietta, Georgia. Welcome back, everyone, to the Kennesaw State Fighting Owls versus the University of Miami, otherwise known as, Andrew,
the U.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again on color commentating, it is your boy, Matt Leonard, joined for play-by-play by my brother in crime, Andrew Leonard. Welcome to the stream, Andrew. It's always nice and cozy to be here.
Always nice and cozy, except when you walk outside, Matt. It's about like 40 degrees. I can see my own breath, and it's October. But hey, we're from the north. That's our homeland right there.
Absolutely. Philadelphia represents.
That's how we do. Ian McDonald in on the first face-off of the game. The Miami Hurricanes take it. Miami immediately pushes up into the zone, but Kennesaw gets some sticks down and take the puck right away from him. Testino up the ice, crosses the blue line, dumps it in to make a chase. Miami's the first man back as they dump it along the boards, where it is recovered by Miami. Miami in a neutral ice up the blue line. Knocked off of the puck there by Berezinski as McDonald ends up with the puck. McDonald up to Vandekerkhoff. Neutral ice just dumps it in for a little dump and chase action by Kennesaw State as it goes all the way back around for Ian McDonald, who taps it lightly into the circle for Miami to control. Miami now harassed by Bright. Turnover in the Miami zone as Tristan Gagne throws it back in, and Evan Deere is there to chase it down.
Kennesaw State establishing the crap out of that forecheck, getting very aggressive here early on. I'm liking their high-tempo offense thus far.
But we have a turnover as Miami goes in, and a shot on Thurston. First shot of the night, stopped easily by none other than our favorite boy, Luke Thurston.
Luke Thurston said, "Excuse me, sir, do you think I was born yesterday? I'm going to fall for this backhand straight into my bread basket? No, thank you. I'm a pasta bread bowl," he says. I'm gobbling it right up.
Miami wins the offensive zone face-off. A slap shot turned away before it can get to the goal as Evan Deere pushes back up the ice. Evan Deere over the blue line. A wrist shot hit the skate, but it's gathered by Spicinski as we have almost a good opportunity there by Spicinski, but just shoots it wide as Davis taps it back over to the corner for Deere. Deere loses control and Miami clears as a foot race between Gagne and one of the Hurricanes is back, but no, it is an icing.
Oh.
And the Miami bench does not take kindly to that. That may have been in an equal foot race, but hey.
I gotta be honest with you, that was probably a pretty bad icing call.
Yeah.
But that's what you expect from referees of this caliber, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, we've been screwed over enough. It's about time we get one good call.
You are not kidding.
I am not kidding, actually. There was a lot of emphasis on that. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I mean.
Wait, why is it coming back?
Today I learned Andrew's not kidding. Oh, did they realize they botched the call?
They botched the call, so we have a neutral zone face-off with 18:39 left to go.
That's our bad, everyone, say the referees, as we have a center ice face-off here.
Aaron Tisdale on the face-off, and it is controlled by Tisdale. Brings it over the blue line. A wrist shot knocked away by the stick of a Miami Hurricane as it goes back behind the Miami goaltender.
They're
pass
the
along the board.
That's
they are the
what it is.
Hurricanes. Did you forget in the intro?
I absolutely did.
Nice.
Look, I thought they were the Miami U's. I don't know. The
U's.
Miami, what is it, the 16th letter of the alphabet, something like that?
I don't know. I didn't count. Arnold there pushes along the boards. It's controlled by Miami, but it goes back to Gagne, who just loses control of it and has to skate back to recover.
You okay there, Andrew?
No, sorry.
This game is so high-tempo, you're tripping over your own
It's
tongue.
a little cold in here, Matt. Miami now moves up the blue line in center ice as they take it into the Kennesaw zone. A wrist shot on goal hits the glove of Thurston. It pops out as Kennesaw State clears to regain some space. Puck goes back behind Luke Thurston as he taps it to Berezinski as Berezinski makes the push up the ice. Berezinski to Arnold. Arnold back to Berezinski as he just overskates it and it goes back into the Kennesaw zone. Berezinski now over to Bright. Bright almost from McDonald, but it goes all the way back into the Miami zone as Vandekerkhoff is there to collect.
Could have sworn that was going to be an icing.
Not at all, as Berezinski tries a backhand pass, but it goes up into the Miami bench for an offensive zone faceoff for Kennesaw State.
Yes, indeed. And I'll tell you what, Andrew, I'm going to try and give me one sec.
Get that graphic up on the screen?
Yeah.
I saw that when we started. I didn't want to say anything because I thought you were working on it.
Give me one moment, everyone. My apologies.
Neutral zone faceoff here for Ian McDonald, and McDonald wins it cleanly. Bright goes back to collect as he gives it on over to Berezinski.
I just realized this is going to show up really big on the screen for a second until I scale it.
Well, then apologize to the viewers, Matt. They're good people. They'll wait.
I apologize, viewers.
Vandekerkhoff now in the corner, a centering pass went through about 3 people's legs as Berezinski rips a slap shot on goal, but it's turned aside before it can get to the net. Testino now fighting for control on the boards, but it just squirts out as Berezinski taps it back in as Kennesaw must go back to avoid an offsides. A shot all the way down the ice is covered by the glove of Luke Thurston as Miami will have an offensive zone faceoff as both teams get some fresh legs on the ice.
It's funny with that graphic on the screen now because now it just looks like it's you. You.
Hey, you.
You. Yeah, you with the face. You standing there with your shirt.
Sounds good to me. Spycinski on the faceoff now. The Hurricanes win it. Battle in the corner now for the puck as Miami almost comes out with it. No, nobody skates onto it as Kennesaw gets control.
Wow.
Deer gets pressured there, is unable to collect, but the shot goes straight onto the stick of Wes Davis, and Davis now has control. A lob pass up to center ice for Deer as it just bounces off the blade of a stick for Miami to collect, but it goes all the way back down to Kennesaw for, that is Berezinski to collect. Davis now, wrist passed off the boards to Deer. Deer, a nifty little move into the middle, and we have he might have gotten tripped up there, but no. Miami takes control as they move back up the ice, but Deer strips him cleanly. He is still a little angry about that play.
Yeah, he's like, no, thank you. I'll be taking that one back like a refund.
A slap shot high up into the net for Spycinski as there will be another faceoff.
That was low Earth orbit, that puck. If there was no net there, that puck would have just kept going up. No gravity.
Might have hit the wall.
Listen, man.
It's a pretty big wall.
Don't kill my dreams like this, man.
16:24 left to go in the first period of play. Not very many shots for either side. So far, there's been a real back-and-forth game. No one team taking control.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you were with us for our last week's couple of broadcasts, you'll notice one very resounding difference. That's we got a real working stream again with video and everything.
It doesn't even look like a slideshow
Thank
anymore.
You guys
it looks
for
fantastic. McDonald now. On the offensive zone face-off, the Hurricanes take it as they bank it off the boards behind the net for Miami to throw it back up the ice. Vander Kirchhoff now going to try to gather the puck, but Miami gets to it first as Miami rounds the net and throws it back up to the point. Miami now, a wrist shot is deflected twice, but Thurston tracks it the entire way and stops it between his legs.
He's like, no, thank you. I will be taking that one from you, sir.
And Thurston's been known to do that.
Yes, he has. He's very...
Like taking candy from a Miami Hurricane.
I thought the saying was like taking candy from a baby, Andrew.
Kennesaw State wins the faceoff. Gagne throws it off the boards back up ice. It will not be an icing.
I just realized there was no difference. Oh, zing.
Thank you, Matt, for the zing. Miami now moving in the zone. We got a wrist shot on goal. Stopped by the leg of Thurston. And a rebound almost put in, but no, it goes straight through the blue paint and straight to the boards. Bright now back to battle in the corner. As this scrum has taken a long time as Bright hits the deck, but no, Gagne comes up with it. Gagne now around the boards. Up for Kennesaw to make a push as Testino as the Kennesaw eventually clears with 15:35 left to go in this first period. As Bright taps it on over to Vander Kirchhoff to try to make a push. Vander Kirchhoff throws it back to Gagne to reset. Gagne up ice to McDonald, but he taps it back in for Kennesaw to get some fresh legs on the ice as Miami takes control. Moran now into the forecheck. Miami throws it up the boards as they make the push up ice. Miami over the blue line. A wrist shot stopped by the stick of Berezinski as Miami has it in front but is pressured off by Arnold. A wrist shot off a leg of a Kennesaw State Owl as Kennesaw pushes it all the way back down the ice, and we will have an icing.
Coming all the way back to the Kennesaw State zone, Andrew. But we've seen a lot of good things from both of these teams actually thus far. Kennesaw State trying to establish that offense early. Couldn't quite get the ball rolling. And now Miami playing a lot of good defensive offense, if you will, playing some of that time of possession game.
So far, there's been one good chance for each team. Spycinski for Kennesaw with that shot that just passed the right post as Kennesaw State wins the faceoff and clears it back up the ice. Kennesaw now. It is Berezinski, a pass off the boards for Arnold as Arnold throws it off the body of a Hurricane, and Miami comes back up the ice. A wrist shot fanned on, captured by Arnold as the puck goes all the way back down.
That wasn't fanned on, Andrew. He actually managed to just pick his pocket right as he was winding up for the shot. That was a fantastic heads-up play.
It was so clean, I thought he just missed it.
Absolutely. He's like a bandit in an alley, how smooth that theft was.
It's usually not smooth. They usually just beat the crap out of you and move on.
That's also Kennesaw State.
That is also Kennesaw State.
We've been known to lay that hit stick on people every now and again.
We have. Aaron Tisdale, that man does it a lot on the faceoff.
To bust out the paddle with the aerodynamic holes and everything like you're in an old Catholic church. Or school. I'm an idiot.
Moran now throws it all the way back down for Miami to collect as Kennesaw makes a change. Miami pressured now by Spycinski as they have to turn on a dime to get back away from Drew Spycinski. But Spycinski does steal a centering pass off the skate of a Miami Hurricane. If that wasn't hit, Deer would have had a wide open shot.
Yeah, it would have been laughing straight to the bank with that one, Andrew.
Spysinski now doing a fantastic job pressuring on the corner, but Miami gets more people in and comes up with the puck. Miami. Oh, we have a delayed penalty against Kennesaw State. Oh my goodness, Spysinski just absolutely throws a man down to the ice. That was gets some early aggression there from Kennesaw State as finally Kennesaw touches the puck with 13:52 left to go in the first period. That will be our first penalty of the night. 2 minutes in the box for Drew Spysinski.
He muscled him right over. He was like, "Excuse me, son. Sit down, sir."
I've never seen like just a more beautiful contact on the ice than right there by Drew Spysinski.
It was like art, Andrew. It was like watching modern art, except it was more violent.
And on ice.
And also, modern art can be on ice, man. That's not just a
Disney on ice. Is that art? Is that art?
It loosely qualifies.
Face-off won by Miami, but thrown straight back down the ice for the first clear.
Wait, what?
Do we have a penalty? Is that a penalty, or is that a... that's not an icing, so I'm assuming it's a penalty. Yes, that is a penalty on Miami.
Baby.
We will have some 4-on-4 hockey as Miami immediately, 15 seconds in, negates the penalty, saying we don't want a man advantage. We like 4-on-4.
I'll tell you what, though. If they want to play 4-on-4 hockey against Kennesaw State, a.k.a. the harbingers of the 4-on-4 league, then I'll tell you what. They got some surprises in store for them, Andrew.
Hopefully you're right.
Halloween's going to come early. I don't know really what that means.
I don't either, but Halloween's only a few days away.
Yeah, but it's going to come early.
I'm sure it does, as Davis controls the puck at neutral ice as he gives up to Testino.
Maybe it's because our new uniforms are looking so spooky.
They do look fantastic. The black
really
uniforms for Kennesaw look fantastic right now on the ice.
They look awesome.
Wow, those look good. Wes Davis now controlling, throws it back to Gagne as Gagne brings it up the ice.
They look like, what are those? What do you think those jerseys are, Andrew? Versace or Gucci?
Neither.
Maybe Louis Vuitton.
Neither.
Neither? None of those three?
As Tristan Gagne is now in the corner with the puck. A centering pass goes off the skate of a Miami Hurricane as it goes up ice. And Evan Deer, does he get back in time? Yes, he gets back in time to win that foot race as Miami just throws a weak centering pass off the leg of Thurston. Fantastic save as he kicks it straight up over the net. As now Kennesaw State's Evan Deer goes up on the rush.
Really, no slashing on that. That's
None.
interesting.
That should have been a penalty too, but no. Miami takes control. Of course they do, as Miami is at neutral ice. Berezinski now with a clean strip. Evan Deer moves up the ice past the blue line as a nice little move around a defender. Almost centering pass, but it's broken up before the pass can get off his stick as Evan Deer goes to the bench for a change.
Apologies on that. I got a little excited.
You did. You might have broke the audio on that
I think
one.
I broke the audio on the microphone. Whoopsie.
Miami now moving up the ice. Bank pass up the wall, goes straight to the stick of Berezinski as he banks it right back to Vandekerkhoff. Vandekerkhoff tries the same move as Deer, but it gets broken up. They are waiting for it now, but he does get back to the puck for control. Vandekerkhoff backhands it around the boards to McDonald. 11 seconds left on this 4-on-4 hockey before Kennesaw gets a short man advantage as McDonald throws it back to the point for Berezinski. Berezinski to Vandekerkhoff. Vandekerkhoff has it stripped and thrown back down the ice for a clear, and that expires the 4-on-4. Kennesaw with a quick 10-second man advantage. Let's see if they can do something with it.
That's all they need, Andrew. I spoke immediately too soon.
It's the Kennesaw State Owls, 7 seconds or less offense, right?
Exactly. They can score in 7 seconds or
Maybe
less.
that's the
every
Phoenix
time.
Suns as Tisdale brings in a wrist shot turned aside by the Miami Hurricanes goalie.
Good look there for Tisdale, though.
Miami Hurricanes now throw it up the boards as Ryan Moran collects. Moran throws it up to Tisdale, who's not expecting, almost trips on the puck as Tisdale gives it to Moran. Moran dumps it down into the corner for Kennesaw State to try to run and retrieve. Backhanded pass behind the net as Miami takes control. Miami now. A pass that was flicked up. Might have been aiming for the staircase right there, trying to hit a fan. Hey, this is our home ice, bud.
Maybe aiming for us. My goodness.
We got technology up here, man. We can't.
We got quality content to deliver to quality people.
If one of these breaks, we can't afford to replace it.
What
do you think? What do you think we are, sponsored?
Yeah. What do you think we are? School funded?
That's a resounding no. As Spysinski, fresh out of the box, takes the face-off as Miami wins it, but Spysinski immediately a ridiculously hard check into the boards as Miami controls the puck anyway. Miami now throws it up ice where they control in the Kennesaw State zone as Bright comes back to pressure. Miami now behind Thurston. Spins back around along the boards for Spysinski for another check. Spysinski is looking for blood tonight, Matt.
Absolutely. Playing a good physical game like Kennesaw State has been known to do. It's vintage Kennesaw, Andrew.
Vintage. This is This is vintage Kennesaw, the one we saw last year. We only announced 3 games as a test run.
But I'll tell you what, they were some of the best 3 games we've ever announced.
They were. Maybe not.
Lots of fun. Probably not, actually.
They were amazing games, but we sucked.
Yeah, we were probably terrible. Oh, no.
Kennesaw a turnover in their own zone, but Bright breaks up the shot attempt as Miami now a wrist shot wide of the cage as it hits the boards, and Miami controls yet again. Some time of possession now from Miami as a wrist shot hits the cluster of bodies in front as it's kicked out for Spicinski to run it down. Bright now throws it back over to the other Bright, but it's just a little too far, but Deer collects and manages to almost push past, but is swarmed there by 3 Hurricanes. But Deer collects anyway and dumps it back into the Miami zone. Miami, in their own trapezoid, McDonald coming to pressure. Miami now, bank pass up ice, gets caught in some equipment as Testino recovers and gives it up to Vandekerkhoff as Vandekerkhoff crosses the blue line. A nice move by Vandekerkhoff. Vandekerkhoff, forehand, backhand, 5-hole! That's the first goal of the game. Jeremy Vandekerkhoff, a beautiful move going 5-hole for the 1-0 score for Kennesaw State.
Absolutely bamboozled him, Andrew. Hit him with a little bit of that razzle-dazzle for the 1-0 lead for the Kennesaw State Fighting Owls. I was a little slow on the draw there with the camera. I believe I caught the end of it.
I hope you did. Vandekerkhoff is going to want that film, Matt.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to give him my memories.
He's going to put that on his mixtape. His highlight mixtape.
He scores that goal. He's like, click, that's going in my montage.
For his NHL tryouts.
Vandekerkhoff. Anybody on the Kennesaw State team that wants a montage done for your NHL recruit,
just hit up our videos.
I can edit your video for you if you want.
And they're going to be listening to this, we know. So take him up on that offer. He's not kidding. Arnold now, a nifty move to throw it back into the Miami zone as the Hurricanes almost take control, but a long pass goes down behind Luke Thurston, and it is touched by Wes Davis. Davis, a pass along the boards for Arnold as Arnold tips it between his legs, and we might have a break here as Arnold, a nice move, goes up ice. Arnold, a wrist shot wide left as it's controlled before it goes out by Wes Davis. Davis, a pass over. Fantastic pass there as Miami recovers and goes back up ice. Miami, almost a good move around Davis as we have a rebound, but that rebound is also stopped. 2 saves in a row by the magnificent Luke Thurston.
You could not be more correct, Andrew. Magnificent was a proper adjective for all of these amazing saves he made in traffic.
Tisdale, a shot on goal, tipped by Testino, but it is stopped by the pads of the Miami goalie. Miami now in the corner. A nice shoulder check there by Vandekerkhoff as Vandekerkhoff is giving him some major league forechecks as it is kicked back out for Bright. Bright now, neutral ice, gives it on up to Testino, and we have an offside. Testino just stepped over the line, and that puck is coming to neutral ice.
Oh, gosh darn it.
8:09 left to go in the first period of action here. Kennesaw State Fighting Owls 1, your Miami Hurricanes, otherwise known as
the U.
The U.
They put the U in ugh.
I agree, and they also have 0 goals. McDonald
That is
now.
also true.
McDonald fighting for the faceoff, wins it, gives it up to Testino.
Unfortunately, there's no U in 0, Andrew.
Sadly not. I took enough math courses to realize that.
What, 1?
Exactly. Vandekerkhoff dumps it off for Bright as Bright tries to clear it. As
Bright
gets muscled into the boards there as Miami moves up ice. And we have a hit in the corner. I didn't even see it. I was following the puck. And it looks like it's going to be a penalty, perhaps on Vandekerkhoff, who is trying to retaliate there for the hit on Mason Bright.
He retaliated. Wait, no, the penalty was on Bright.
How was the penalty on Bright?
Like, the point is, we retaliated. Like, that was...
The point is, we retaliated, and the man ended up on his
stomach.
stomach.
It's even. It's square. We're even now.
I wouldn't say it's even because now Miami has their second power play of the night, a fresh 2 minutes with 7:41 left to go in the first period.
If it's anything like the last one, Andrew, something's telling me we may end up with a 4-on-4 here momentarily.
Hopefully, as Miami takes the face-off as they have it in the far point. Miami dancing with the puck there as they throw it across ice to the other side as they bank it on down to the boards where Miami will get to it first. Miami now not really doing a whole heck of a lot as Deer is there to pressure, as Miami's just playing catch now back and forth between the wing and the point. Miami now centering pass, kicked aside, and it is cleared for the First clear of this penalty kill for Kennesaw State. Minute 30 left to go in the 2 minutes as it is thrown all the way back down to the Kennesaw zone where Miami will be the first to touch it. Miami now hassled by Davis. Davis, a nice clean check, sends a man sprawling to the ice as Miami now gives it on over, and we have a second clear.
Even his checks are sportsmanlike, Andrew.
He's just a general good dude.
They call him the wholesome Wes Davis.
Who calls him that? You?
I literally just did right now, and that's basically it.
He should put that on his Instagram. The wholesome Wes Davis. Miami now in their own zone gives it on up to Van de Kerkhoff as he gets tripped a little bit and cannot clear. A wrist shot, rebound, stopped by Luke Thurston's best friend, the right post.
That was incredible.
Miami now in the corner. Those to the wing, the point, the opposite wing, and we do not have a shot as 40 seconds left to go on this power play as a shot down in front gets stopped before we can get to Thurston as Davis controls and lobs it all the way back down on goal.
Ooh, shooting the gap there.
For Miami to retrieve. Miami gets some fresh legs on the ice as they make the push back up ice past the blue line, but Berezinski tips it out, but Miami can retrieve before it gets cleared. Miami now, the far point. Playing catch once again. They like to do that, it seems like. Miami still with the puck on that same point. 5:50 left to go in this first period, and almost a slap shot. No, pass, and absolutely fans on a wrist shot, centering pass, and it looks like it is kicked into the goal for Miami's first goal of the game with 5 seconds left to go on that power play. We almost killed it.
Unfortunate, Andrew, but, you can't stop them all. And if you were, you'd be in the NHL already. There would be no need for college.
Yeah, that was just a cluster of bodies in front of the net. He just threw it straight off of someone's skate. That wasn't even a centering pass. That was like an off-center wrist shot.
That's like in the NBA when the guy threw a pass and it just went in the basket.
Like for an alley-oop and it just goes in anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I meant to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what I'm sure he's telling his guys on the bench. Hey, that was totally. Hey, that was all me.
Yeah, just how I drew it up.
Kennesaw wins the face-off as a wrist shot by Testino gets stopped and thrown over the crossbar as Van de Kerkhoff tries to chase it down. Van de Kerkhoff tips it on out to Testino, but back to Van de Kerkhoff as Van de Kerkhoff throws it down behind the net for McDonald. McDonald throws it all the way to the point for Berezinski, and we have a pass to McDonald. Mishandled, goes all the way back down to the corner where Van de Kerkhoff will retrieve and try to send it all the way back down the boards, but it is picked up by Testino, Van de Kerkhoff, and back Testino around his skates. Miami now takes control as they make the trek up ice, throws it straight to the Kennesaw State corner, where they retrieve behind Luke Thurston. Miami gets immediately scooped off the puck there by Berezinski, but Kennesaw cannot clear as we have a shot almost leaks into the goal, but it is stopped by Thurston. And we have like a wrestling match going down there between Berezinski and a Miami Hurricane.
Yeah, some serious battling happening. It's already physical, and it's not even the end of the first period in, Andrew.
4:45 left to go, in fact, and I am liking it as that should have been a slash as the Miami Hurricane just knocked the stick clear out of, it looked like Berezinski's hands.
Yeah, that's been the second missed slashing call thus far in the game.
McDonald now trying to clear it back down as we have another shoving match between McDonald. I feel like these two teams have a bit of a grudge against each other. This has not been a friendly game so far.
No, it has not, and that's just how we like it.
That's exactly how we like to watch our hockey. As a pass goes all the way back down the ice for the Miami goaltender to cover, and we will have an offensive zone faceoff with 4:17 left to go in this first period for the Kennesaw State Owls.
Andrew,
yes.
Question for you, my man.
What's going on?
When you're not commentating the hockey here with me, what do you like to do to watch your hockey? How do you like to watch it?
I like to get a stream online and watch the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I'll tell you what, I like to get in a Snuggie. I like to get some hot chocolate going with the marshmallows, of course. The real nest, not the ones that come in the packet, though. You got to go out and buy separate marshmallows to put in the hot chocolate.
Like individual farm-grown marshmallows?
Yeah, farm-grown. Like non-GMO, USDA-certified marshmallows, right? Great.
What are we talking about?
Because I'm talking about how I like to watch my hockey, and I don't appreciate you interrupting.
All right, well, a game's going on, and as a shot goes by Gagne, it's scooped up for another offensive zone faceoff. Continue, Matt. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine. You clearly don't want to hear this.
I'm clearly trying to commentate the game, but we have a break of the action if you want to keep telling us about your hot chocolate.
Oh, thanks.
Go for it. We're all ears.
Well, you see, once you have the marshmallows in place, then you take it to the couch, right? And you got to make sure you get a couch not from IKEA, but from, I don't know, sometimes they have them on clearance at a mattress warehouse, just some stuff that fell off the truck, I guess. Get one with a cup holder. Then you can put your hot chocolate in the cup holder, in your Snuggie, recline that chair, and watch yourself some wholesome, cozy hockey.
I live for the day when you show up into this arena doing just that. As
There are no,
Gagne, a wrist shot almost redirected through the 5-hole by Bright.
I can't do that, Andrew. There are no cup holders in this arena.
Yeah, well, there's a long table.
Yeah, that's not a cup holder, is it?
It's a table.
Excuse me.
It's the original cup holder.
Excuse me. I don't think I may have been clear enough. I said cup holders.
Okay. Well, anyway, Wes Davis is now throwing it up the ice for Deer. It feels like it's been a long time since I commentated hockey after that story. Wow. I'm rusty now. And Kennesaw State clears it back up the neutral ice, throws it off the skate of the ref for the Hurricanes to collect. Miami throws it straight down to the stick of Wes Davis, where he will take a breather and move behind his guardian, Luke Thurston, as a pass goes off a Hurricane, but no, it is collected by Evan Deer. Deer, a pass up to Vandekerkhoff as Vandekerkhoff moves on in. Vandekerkhoff, a wraparound attempt is stuffed before it can get into the net, as Spycinski tries a stuff attempt again, but he gets checked off the puck before we can get a good whack at it. Spycinski really giving him some pressure as Tessino comes down to help out as he gives a nice little shoulder bump there.
Oh, he's giving everybody a little love.
Yeah, spread the love out there as John Testino. Berezinski now in his own zone, crosses the blue line, gives it on up to Miami as Miami comes back down to Kennesaw State zone. A wrist shot way high over Thurston as it goes all the way back down to the Miami zone. And even if that was long enough, that would not be icing, as that was just a wrist shot gone wild.
Yes, indeed, Andrew.
Miami throws it back behind their own goaltender to collect. A bank pass is stopped by Berezinski and thrown immediately back down to Miami zone, where Miami will collect as McDonald gives a nice check off the puck, and he tries to control as a scrap in the corner. It goes McDonald's way. McDonald attempted centering pass is stuffed before he can get there. A pass by Bright tries to go back to McDonald as McDonald does collect.
Wow.
McDonald moving to center ice. A wrist shot stopped by the chin of the Miami goaltender as we have some little bit of electricity going down there in front of the
A
net.
little bit of that extracurricular activity, see me after class kind of stuff, if you know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying, as we've been known to cause that kind of activity on the ice, Matt.
You are absolutely correct. Get a little bit of detention, a little bit of the Saturday school.
Just ask the first game against UNC Charlotte. That was aggressive.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
It was a no good, terrible, very bad day, I think. What was the name of that? What was the phrasing of that?
A wrist shot is stopped before it can get to the goal, and it looks like the Miami goaltender is taking a page out of the UNC Charlotte book and kicking the post straight off of its mouth.
Oof. Yikes. You are not kidding, dude.
That was
You gotta rub salt in the wound, I suppose.
Yes, I'm still not happy about that game.
Join the club, my buddy.
It's been a week, a whole week.
And you've laid awake every night thus far.
I haven't slept for an entire week, Matt.
The only thing that could bring you closure is a fatty W here tonight.
That would be nice, as Kennesaw wins the face-off, but loses it back into their own zone where they go around to recover. Berezinski now. A nice little dump pass up. Goes all the way to Evan Deer as Deer tips it back, where it is lobbed into the corner where Berezinski will go to retrieve. Berezinski throws it down to Bright as Miami ends up with the puck as Bright is there to pressure. Bright and Deer going in for the double team as Miami ends up with it.
Yes, indeed.
Miami now out of the scrum. Takes a nice little check there from Spycinski. A slap shot. Almost gets tipped aside. Almost goes in the left side, but Deer collects. 45 seconds left to go as a shot goes off the chest of Berezinski as Berezinski taps to the corner. Spycinski now loses the puck, but ends up on the stick of Berezinski as a pass to the corner goes on to Bright's stick as Bright scoots it on back to Deer. Deer, a centering pass, gets lobbed up and just clears out of the zone over the reach of Berezinski. 25 seconds left to go in this first period of action. The score still tied 1-1 as Miami takes control and throws it past a stick of his fellow teammate and on over to Berezinski. Berezinski over to Tisdale, over to Arnold, and his control before he can get cleared, but back off the skate of Tisdale. 5 seconds left to go. The period's almost expired as Arnold throws it alongside, and it looks like Moran will have the last touch as the period expires with the score tied 1-1. Matt, what did you think about that period?
That period was definitely an interesting one. We had Kennesaw State come out of the gate firing on all cylinders as they have been these last couple of games. They used to be the late-breaking team that scored most of their goals in the second and third period. But as of these past couple of games, they've been getting a lot more in the first period. So they came out guns a-blazing as usual and managed to be rewarded with one goal. And
beautiful goal by Vandekerkhoff.
Unfortunately, Miami was able to recover on a bit of a fluke goal. But
See, that's the difference. Savannah Kirchhoff had a marvelous goal there, a thing of beauty, whereas Miami just kicked it on into the net off a bad pass.
Absolutely. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will be back for the second period of action here at the Marietta Ice Center in beautiful, gorgeous, lovely, scenic Marietta. Don't go anywhere. Second period coming up. And despite what this graphic tells you in a moment, we are not playing against UNC Charlotte. We'll be playing against the University of Miami. I'll change that graphic out in a lickety-split fashion. We will be right back. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome back, everyone, to the Marietta Ice Center here for the second period of action between your Kennesaw State Fighting Owls and the University of Miami Hurricanes, colloquially known as the U. Andrew, take us away here for this lovely second period of play-by-play. It couldn't be more beautiful here tonight.
I would take us away, but the ref has yet to drop the puck.
So he can't even take us for you to take us away.
No, but now he finally does as McDonald lines up for the opening face-off of the second period. As McDonald wins it straight to Vander Kerkhoff, tips it back to Davis. Davis, a little bank shot up the board, straight to the corner of Miami as Vander Kerkhoff gives chase, and it's tapped straight back to McDonald. McDonald's centering pass ends up in Miami's possession. Miami starting to move down the ice as he's pressured by 3 Kennesaw Owls, as Gagne's pushed back into the boards, but not before he can give up the puck to McDonald. McDonald to Vander Kerkhoff. Vander Kerkhoff to that's Testino. Back to Vander Kerkhoff. Vander Kerkhoff, a wrist shot. Score! Jeremy Vander Kerkhoff, his second goal of the game. An absolute missile of a wrist shot off the left post, bank straight in.
He played him like an absolute fiddle, Andrew. Played him like a cheap rented fiddle.
You rent fiddles?
I don't know. I actually.
But
that's
if you could, he would.
That's my side business. Matt's fiddle and sitar rentals.
See, Matt, what I'm worried about now is Vander Kerkhoff has 2 goals. If he gets one more, I do not have a hat to throw.
Don't talk about it. Don't jinx it, dude.
Kennesaw State wins the face-off as it goes all the way back into Miami zone as Bright goes back to retrieve. Bright centering pass to Deer. It's controlled in the corner. Deer throws it along the boards for Spicinski as Spicinski curls back around and moves around the opposite side of the net, gets bumped off the puck, centering pass between some legs as it goes all the way back down where a Miami player races to get to it first, but it ends up all the way back behind Luke Thurston as Gagne comes in to strip him cleanly of the puck.
He's like, yeah, okay, thanks for getting that one for me, bud, but I'll take that from here.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but
excuse me, but the adults are playing.
He definitely looks like an adult amongst boys out there, Matt.
Dude, he's huge.
He's like, what, 7'9"?
7'9" on a bad day in the morning.
Miami throws it all the way back down the ice for Wes Davis to collect as the referee almost gets in the way. A bank pass on up to Deers is tipped up into the Miami zone as Kennesaw gets some fresh legs onto the ice. Pass up the boards, goes onto the stick of Berezinski. As Berezinski, a slap shot, gets stopped by a skate before it can get anywhere near the goal as Miami makes the push up ice. Miami gets brushed off the puck there by Berezinski and Arnold as it gets thrown back down to Berezinski, where it's thrown up into the boards but off the shoulder of a Miami Hurricane. Miami in the corner. Back check there by Arnold as it goes all the way back around for Bright. Bright on up. Attempted for Arnold, but it gets corralled and thrown back in a possession of the Miami Hurricanes. Miami now in their own trapezoid. An errant pass goes along the boards, controlled by Tisdale. Tisdale gets checked by 2 people, but stays on his feet because he's a strong boy. A beautiful opportunity there is stopped by a pad of the Miami goaltender.
That was so close. Aaron Tisdale gets checked and makes the man doing the hitting fall over. That's how much of a brick wall he is.
Wrist shot by Bright as it's laid on top of by the Miami goaltender.
Kennesaw State turning up the heat here in the second period early. Absolutely giving the U the business.
See, I can't tell what I'm more warm from, the Kennesaw State Owls turning up the heat or this lovely $15 Walmart space heater that's sitting right next to me.
Yeah, that's sitting right next to you and not me.
You can put your hand over here whenever you want to warm up.
Listen, I have to reach across you and it's a whole thing.
Ugh.
I know.
Kennesaw State wins the face-off now as Testino gets it. A wrist shot stop before it can get to the goalie as Miami controls now. Miami, a pass tangled up in the skates of Vander Kerkhoff as Berezinski throws it back up to Testino. A breakaway now for Bright. No, excuse me, that is McDonald. Forehand, backhand, top shelf, stick side. That goalie has been beat twice by the same move, the forehand, backhand. Ian McDonald, a fantastic move to give us a 2-goal lead early in the second period.
They're making him look stupid, Andrew. They're making him look so silly. Oh, my goodness. It couldn't get any easier than it just got.
Matt is over here laying on the table, laughing from that goal. McDonald now, fresh off the goal, takes a face-off, but Miami controls. Miami now throws it back on over to be controlled by the stick of Luke Thurston as Berezinski comes down. Berezinski, bank passes. We have a incredible-looking cross-check there on the back of Van de Kerkhoff. Should have been a penalty. Lets the ref hear about it. But no, the ref's like, hey, you're up 2 goals. Why would I give you a break? Testino now checking to the boards as it is stolen by Van de Kerkhoff up to Berezynski. A shot off the shin of a Miami Hurricane. Matt didn't know Hurricanes had shins.
Me neither, Andrew. I didn't know they had any human body parts of any kind.
Apparently they do.
Actually,
we're
I
seeing it
did
live.
know that they had at least one eye.
At least.
Get it?
Yes, I get it. And the Carolinas experienced that a little bit ago, sadly.
Yikes.
Kennesaw State now. A nice little move there by Deer as Deer takes a high check. But hey, stays on his skates like the absolute man he is as Spicinski goes back around. It looks like now that Miami's going for the hay.
Oh! Oh! My goodness! Oh my! It's like WWE out here, Andrew.
Matt, it looks like Gagne just absolutely tabletoped a poor man over there.
Absolutely did. He knows.
Sent him down to the
He
ice.
knows judo. This is insane.
That was I like the way this game's played out. This has been the hits are higher than the shot attempts so far, and I am a fan of it.
That was looking. It's getting a little spicy here in the
It's
ice
just
center,
a little,
Andrew.
little spicy. 15:57 left to go in this second period as we have a offensive zone faceoff for Miami. Miami right now is adopting the we can't put pucks on net, so we're just gonna beat the crap out of you and hope you don't get any more shots up.
Yeah, okay, but then we spinning tackle you onto
And then
the
Gagne
ice.
comes over like, hey, let me actually do like an over-the-shoulder takedown on one of your players. Bank pass on up to Bright, tangled up in his skates, but it's controlled by Miami as the ref jumps in the way.
Trev jumps in the way. He's playing some defense.
Yes, he is. Puck almost stolen there by Kennesaw State, but it's controlled by Miami as Miami makes the break up ice.
It looked like everybody's kind of skated around it a little bit there.
Almost Miami Hurricane there tries to dodge a check, but it is
He is down, Andrew.
taken down by, it looked like Bright.
Oh, actually, you know what? Berezynski. Shout out. I want to give a good shout out to Berezynski. We have a man down on the ice here for Miami. Berezynski noticed, caught the pass with his hand, and threw it to intentionally stop the play on a hand pass.
What a good guy.
That was, you know what, classy move there from Berezynski.
It was.
Because he stopped the play, and well, I believe the penalty is going to be on him.
I think so. As the
But-
Miami player is still down on the
That
ice.
being said, yeah, hopefully he's all right. But that being said, again, good heads-up play, and it looks like at least one of our players, Tisdale, isn't really that on too bad of terms with them.
And what it looked like, Matt, is it looked like that Miami player tried to dodge a check from Bright, but he was just a little too late as Bright caught his leg just a little bit and spun him straight into the ground.
yes,
so
indeed.
That was a little bit of a hard hit there as he is up, getting some assistance to the bench as he looks like he's in some pain. Hopefully he's all right after this game.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be all right. Stumbling a bit here to try and get off the ice, but it does look like with assistance he'll be able to skate off of the ice under his own power. So that is at least a good sign. Hopefully he will be okay. And,
We didn't need to bring out the stretcher, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, that always is a good sign, yes.
I mean, with Tisdale, Testino, Gagne on the ice, you never know when that stretcher's going to come into play.
You're going to have to deal those stretchers out like a deck of cards. But I will say, good to see that he's at least not in too bad a shape. And hopefully we can continue this game with no more injuries.
Maybe we'll see him back out on the ice maybe in the third period if he's had some rest. We will see about that as it looks like there is a penalty on Kennesaw State, and that will be a third power play for the Miami Hurricanes. Miami realizes they have too many men on the ice.
No, I think just making a change.
No, that is a last-second change there. But nope.
Wait, what?
What are they doing?
Like musical chairs over here on
Nope,
them.
the same guy gets back off the bench and back onto the ice. I don't understand.
That's okay.
Anyway, anywho, Van de Kerkhoff now in on the face-off. It is won by Kennesaw, dumped all the way back into the Miami side of the ice to kill a little bit of time here. Miami now starts the push-up ice. Neatly dodges a few Kennesaw defenders as we have a shot on goal. It is stopped straight into the chest of Luke Thurston.
He's like, thank you very much. One more for the collection, please. Tick mark.
Hit him
in the save
right
column.
in the owl on his shirt.
Right square in the owl. Right in the beak.
1:45 left to go on the power play, and 15:06 left to go in the second period as Miami wins the faceoff. Miami passes on up to the point as Van de Kerkhoff is there to pressure as Miami loses it themselves. And now Gagne is back to control to kill a little bit more time. Gagne just burning time now as he eventually flips it all the way back down. I lost sight of that puck. It ends up all the way on the other side of the ice where Ryan Moran tries to control.
How did he loft it in the air all the way down to that side of the ice without it hitting anything on the ceiling?
Because he is a big man.
What?
Wes Davis now in the corner. Flips it all the way back down for another clear with 1:08 left to go on this power play as the Miami goaltender controls.
Doing a good job of clearing it here is Kennesaw State.
What I like to see is Miami moves back up the ice and a dump pass there as Max Haas, getting some action now, gets checking to the boards. Miami on the far point, moves back alongside, so pass over, fanned on. That was a good opportunity there by Miami.
So wing and a miss.
And we have a push-up ice, 2-on-1. Wes Davis, a wrist shot stopped up high by the Miami goaltender. And that went from a immediate opportunity from Miami to a shorthanded opportunity there by Kennesaw State, Matt. That was almost a dangerous play there.
Yes, indeed, with how well the Kennesaw State players have been able to read the University of Miami goaltender thus far tonight. It's a wonder that one didn't slip by. But that being said, the score remains 3-1 Kennesaw State.
And Matt, we have a penalty on Miami. It is now 41 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. I didn't see it, but Luke Thurston tried to get off the ice to get the extra attacker out there.
They got him with the high shtick.
The good old high stick. It's a tale as old as time. A tale as old as humans were able to pick up sticks.
There's been a high
and
stick.
just whacking each other in the head with it.
I can imagine the first time a caveman ever picked up a stick, another caveman was like, ow, dude, 2 minutes, ow.
That's 2 minutes in the box and a man advantage. But not yet, as we have 35 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey as McDonald moves up the ice. McDonald, a sharp angle backhand on goal, is trapped up in the glove there by the Miami goaltender.
Wow, good look there for Kennesaw State, but just barely was able to be gobbled up.
McDonald's beat him once already. Every time McDonald comes down to that zone with any degree of speed, that goalie gets a little nervous.
You are not kidding. You start seeing ghosts, Andrew. It's a spooky, almost Halloween special.
Sure it is. 13:50 left to go in the second period as the puck tumbles all the way back down to the Kennesaw zone where Kennesaw State will retrieve. Wes Davis now pushing up ice. 15 seconds left to go in the 4-on-4 hockey as a Captain Wes Davis wrist shot gets knocked out of the air by the goalie. Hard Tristan Gagne slap shot gets punched out of the air, and Wes Davis controls.
That one would have put holes in several hard materials.
Yes, it would have, as the power play expires, or excuse me, the 4-on-4 expires, and now Kennesaw State has the man advantage. Vanden Kirchhoff now almost manages to keep the puck in the zone, but Miami controls and moves it on out. Miami, a long pass over to the wing as Miami's controlled now, and a shot on goal is knocked off the glove of Luke Thurston. Kennesaw State pushing up ice. It's Vanden Kirchhoff as he controls and moves back around to reset. Vanden Kirchhoff, a long pass to Wes Davis. Davis, a quick little bank pass into Tisdale, and Tisdale, a back pass to Vanden Kirchhoff as Vanden Kirchhoff, a nice little spin move now, dumps it on down to Tisdale. Tisdale, a centering pass. It's stopped before it can get to the middle as Vanden Kirchhoff ends up with it. Vanden Kirchhoff, a long pass to the point. Davis now makes a man dive early with a fake slap shot. A centering pass to Arnold. It's punched out before we can make anything of it.
Unfortunate. Almost had a great opportunity there. A good fake from Wes Davis. Had one commit already.
That was a solid move there. 22 seconds left to go on the man advantage for Kennesaw State. 12:20 left to go in the second period as Vanden Kirchhoff goes back around his goalie Luke Thurston. Vanden Kirchhoff now. Long pass up ice off the skate of Bright. And Miami controls, throws it all the way back down onto the stick of Luke Thurston. 5 seconds left to go on the power play as Wes Davis blasts it around the boards for Vanden Kirchhoff and eventually Bright to control. Bright, nice little move there to get away, and Vanden Kirchhoff throws it over for Isaiah Arnold. Arnold now, a backhanded pass to McDonald as McDonald gets knocked off the puck before he can get a shot off, and Wes Davis controls at neutral ice. Davis, a lob pass is control. Oh, Arnold takes a shot there as he gets sent down to the ice as Miami controls now. Miami, nice little move in front, a shot on Thurston, and what else do you expect from our boy in the net, Luke Thurston, who's only let one through tonight, and that was through a pile of bodies in front of his crease.
Tell you what, if you give him a fair shot at it, Andrew, there's not a chance. There's not a chance on this green earth that he's going to miss that puck opportunity. He's going to gobble it up. He's like a hungry goaltender.
I had that board game as a kid, Matt.
Hungry. That's the Canadian version.
And I always played as Luke Thurston.
Was it a video game?
No, it was a board game. He was in the board game. I don't know how he did it.
Incredible.
Kennesaw State now manages to clear the puck as a pretty
Offsides, I
obvious
believe.
offsides there by Miami. Brings the puck out to neutral ice for another faceoff.
Yes, indeed. That's going to be right here in front of us, Andrew. We get a front row seat to this one.
Hope I don't get hit by a puck.
You know, we can only hope. It's going to happen one of these days, Andrew.
We're going to lose a laptop someday. Spysinski takes the face-off, tries to give it on over to Haas, as Haas kicks it back into the Miami zone. Miami throws it onto the stick of Spysinski, and it's controlled by Haas. Haas off the board for Spysinski, back to Haas. Haas now dumps it down for Spysinski behind the net, as it is kicked up out of play by a Miami Hurricane. 11:07 left to go. Score still 3-1, as represented by that beautiful graphic that Matt managed to fix during the intermission.
Hey, everybody. It's good to see
Way
you.
to talk through that yawn. I love it.
No
That's
problem.
broadcasting 101.
Matt-
Talk through your yawns.
Matt, the graphics guy here.
Berezinski back on the point, gives it on over to Bright. Bright, a shot redirected in front by Testino, but it goes just wide.
Very good look. Testino had a great angle on that one. Just couldn't quite get that one to fall.
Miami Hurricane right there forgets how to skate as he gives on over the puck to Vanakurkov, as Miami controls now on their own trapezoid. Miami throws the puck straight into the Kennesaw State bench, and now we will have another faceoff.
Some kind of stoppage for something?
They threw the puck into the bench.
Oh, yeah.
Out of play.
whoops. Yeah, no, that would do it.
That would do it.
Yeah,
I hear
was
tell,
looking at
Matt, but that would do it.
that. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, you know. What are we saying?
Oh, no.
Miami now takes the face-off as they throw a bank pass up the boards for their own man. As Miami gets stripped of the puck there by Vanakurkov, almost a push, but just gets knocked off before he can make a play on it.
He leveled up his pickpocketing for that one, Andrew.
Yes, he did. Berezinski throws a pass off the skate of a Miami Hurricane as Miami controls a pass up to the point. And we have a wrist shot on goal, and it is stopped up, redirect almost, but Thurston says no. Wrist shot off the skate of Testino. Testino pushing down ice. We might have a breakaway here as Testino, a backhanded pass, almost a tip up over top of the goalie is McDonald, but he manages to play outfield and catch that puck before it can go over his shoulder.
Unfortunate for Kennesaw State there, but a good look and some good awareness from University of Miami to get back on that defense.
That was a weird series of bounces that almost led to a goal.
Yeah, that was a strange one.
Hey, I'll take a goal any way we can get it.
Yeah, I'll take
Even
as
if
many
McDonald has to play some baseball out there and knock it into the net.
as many as we can get, we'll take.
Tisdale in on the faceoff, and Miami wins it. Moran presses a Hurricane up against the boards as he runs back to take the puck, and it looks like Moran is taken down again. That was kind of an awkward angle hit there, but he gets up and is okay. Miami with control now as they start to push up ice. Arnold there to give him some pressure. Miami now over the blue line, stripped cleanly by Berezinski, as Arnold gives a nice little check there to assert his dominance as Berezinski comes back to control, and a attempted clear goes all the way up out of play. There's an offensive zone faceoff for Miami.
Yes, indeed.
The U.
Need we say more?
9:38 left to go. In this second period of action, Aaron Tisdale comes in to take this faceoff as he wins it, and it is sent all the way back down the ice for an icing. That faceoff is coming all the way back. We almost got a man off for a change, but no, just a little too early.
Just barely. 9:32 remaining here in the second period of play, the middle period.
Aaron Tisdale comes in to take the faceoff once again as Miami takes it this time. Miami, an early shot on goal, is stuffed by Wes Davis before it can even get close to Thurston. Tisdale now, a backhanded pass up the neutral ice and is thrown immediately back in to the catching glove of Berezinski. Berezinski, a pass over to Davis. Davis on up. Almost for Tisdale, but it hops just over his stick and he cannot control. Miami goes back down. Controls in their own zone. A bank pass off the boards. Davis tries to play some soccer out there, but just goes wide of his skate as Bright comes back to control. And it is stopped before we can get a clear as Bright shoulders the man into the ground, presses him against the corner of the glass. I like to see that. Deer now giving him some pressure as Miami has at the point a slap shot stopped by the knee pad of Evan Deer as we almost escape with the puck. But now, yes, it is controlled by Deer as Deer tries to throw a pass up ice, but that hard pass knocks the stick clean out of the Miami player's hand. Evan Deere there took a check but knocked the other man down to the ground, showing off that balance as Berezinski foils a centering pass attempt.
Curses foiled again.
Yes, he was, as Miami throws another centering pass attempt, and it is stopped and covered eventually by the right elbow of Luke Thurston.
Yeah, he'll reach around the side of the net to stop that puck. He's a versatile one. He's a little flexible.
He's not afraid of that. He's been doing his stretches.
I wish I was like 1/18 as flexible as Luke Thurston was.
Limber.
Yeah, dude. It just seems like a much more freeing existence.
Why don't you go ask him after the game?
I'm not going to do that.
All right. 8:21 left to go in the second period. McDonald lines up for the face-off and gives it on over to Berezinski. Berezinski a blast up the boards for Vander Kirchhoff as Vander Kirchhoff gives it on over to Testino. Testino moves around the left side, a backhand, a rebound attempt just goes through the blue paint, and we cannot put it into the net.
Unfortunate.
Great rebound attempt now as Miami makes a push and a pass across, and Miami, with a 2-on-1 break, cuts the lead down to just one, as Thurston just could not get across the crease in time on that 2-on-1 break.
Unfortunate right there, however. Kennesaw State still with the 1-goal lead. No reason to hang your head in shame quite yet on an unfortunate goal, because I'll tell you what, it's still 3-2, Kennesaw State Fighting Owls.
Yes, it is, but that's the second time this game that a missed opportunity on one end has led to a goal on the other. The first time Kennesaw was the one capitalizing. This time it's Miami.
I'll tell you what, Andrew.
The U.
I'll tell you what, Andrew. Those in-transition opportunities can be the most deadly sometimes. Actually, most of the time.
And they've proven that twice tonight as the puck ends up in the Miami zone with Wes Davis controlling. Davis' centering pass almost tipped, but no, it goes all the way to the boards for Bright to chase down. Bright, a check, sends a man sprawling to the ice as Davis comes back to his own zone to control. Davis, a hard pass all the way down, ends up behind the goaltender as Miami controls. Miami, a blast back up ice, is controlled once again by Davis as Davis throws a pass yet again down to Miami zone, but that one will be an icing.
Coming all the way back down to the Kennesaw side of the ice.
That was a game of Miami giving everything they had to get control of the puck, only for it to end up back in Wes Davis's possession to throw it back down again for them to fight for control.
They just can't get anything rolling here.
Spysinski comes in to take this face-off on Luke Thurston's right side as Miami takes this one, and an early slapper goes off the hip of the ref as Miami now controls on the near side boards. A slap shot through the legs of Bright, tipped, but no, it is tipped up and out of the air by Luke Thurston as a pass from Davis goes onto the stick of, that is Bright. Bright moves up the ice now, takes a check, and is bumped off the puck there, but Wes Davis controls and throws it back up the neutral ice. A pass goes all the way back down as Evan Deere with a monster hit. And a long pass up for Deere. Deere with a drop pass to Bright. And Bright gets shoulder off the puck before he can make a move on it as Spysinski controls in the corner. And we have another hit in the corner by Evan Deere. Deere's looking for blood, but that one is a penalty. And we have a little bit of a scrum and a takedown. There is a mess of bodies now on the right circle in the Miami zone. A little bit of a extracurricular activity. I'm liking this so far, Matt.
There is currently, with 6:44 left in the second period, we are able to see a little bit of sparks flying, a little bit of that high-energy electricity, but hopefully everyone's all right after that.
Spysinski was ready to go.
Dude, when is he not ready to go?
He had to get escorted to the box immediately before he started throwing down with someone. He was always on his game, ready to throw some hands.
Absolutely.
And it looks like somehow out of that scrum by both teams, Miami will end up with the man advantage.
Yes, indeed. I believe it was the initial penalty that will end up carrying Kennesaw to the man disadvantage.
It was the initial penalty by Kennesaw and the retaliation by Miami, and then further retaliation by Kennesaw State. Puts a total of 3 men in the box for both teams. And now it looks like it's going to be a 4-on-3 for Miami. Excuse me, the U.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Matt, can we get live replay? Can we watch that takedown there? I want to see that again.
Wish.
I'm gonna go back and watch this stream tonight so I can see
You absolutely can. You can watch it right here at twitch.tv/SuperGamecastBros, or when we finally get enough free time to sit down and start the lengthy YouTube upload process for these multi-hour videos. We'll be able to find them on the YouTube channel for Super Gamecast Bros. All you need to do is search Super Gamecast Bros on YouTube, and it is the same exact icon and everything. You can find all the quality action, oftentimes with slightly better video quality, especially for last week's games. But for these games, prior to last week and here tonight, looks like we have a nice full quality stream for you here that you can find on YouTube until the end of time, probably, because they don't erase that stuff.
Doesn't look like a slideshow anymore, man. I'm liking that.
You're absolutely correct.
And there is still a lengthy conversation happening now between the referees and some players as we just try to sort out what happened.
Giving them a stern talking to, said, hey, listen here, you young whippersnappers. I'm trying to get my sleep and my Ovaltine, so please, could you just play nice with each other?
I like sitting here watching you try to live think that through the microphone, because it is quite a sight to behold. I can see the wheels turning.
The single cog. This the one wheel that I have left.
The one wheel, says the electrical engineer.
Yeah, the hamster.
As it looks like a third man will end up in the box for Kennesaw State.
Not like this.
That looks like it is James Barrett going to end up in the box as well.
They can huddle together for warmth.
I mean, that box looks awfully crowded for Kennesaw State for what happened for both teams down there.
You're not kidding.
So now we have a 4-on-3.
5-on-3.
5-on-3. Wait, Miami is a man in the box. Why is it 5-on-3?
Yeah, 5-on-3.
Okay.
Oh, what? What else would it be?
I don't know. Anyway, Miami takes the face off, and it's officially 5-on-3 as a pass goes down to Thurston's right side as Miami looking for an angle. Miami now a dump pass down behind Thurston, and it goes back up to the wing. Miami passes over to the point, over to the other side wing as Miami is once again trying to find the right angle. A pass down, goes right past Luke Thurston's left skate to tie up this game 3-3.
Tell you what, not a whole lot you can do with a 5-on-3 disadvantage.
You gotta just be lucky to kill off a 5-on-3. That's always hard to do. As it looks like no men will come out of the box.
Yikes.
So is it still gonna be a 5-on-3?
I really hope not. No, we got one coming out.
All right, looks like Spysinski's coming out of the box. I tell you, look out for Spysinski the next shift he has. He's gonna be looking for a target when he's back on the ice.
The heat-seeking missile known as Spysinski.
Miami still has the man advantage. It is now a 5-on-4 as Van Kerkhoff throws it back down to clear.
Tends to be much more manageable for Kennesaw State. They have been very good on the penalty kill thus far this season.
We are hoping for that with 6:09 left to go in the second period. Score all tied up now at 3 apiece as Miami makes the push up the ice. Miami now over the blue line. The defenseman is Gagne. And a pass up to the high point goes over to the wing. And a hard wrist shot goes wide right of the cage as Miami controls the point again. Miami in the wing, a centering pass all the way over to the left wing. A shot is trapped up in the legs by Luke Thurston before a mess of bodies once again goes in as it looks like someone's helmet got knocked off. Luke Thurston's helmet got knocked off in that mess of a play.
Still had the wherewithal to stop that puck and catch it.
Always does. So far, every goal that Thurston has let up tonight has been the dirtiest goal you can have, or with a man advantage. We have one getting kicked into the back of the net, and then a 5-on-4. No, yeah, 5-on-4 and a 5-on-3.
Yeah, it's tough to make those kinds of saves thus far, but you play on, ever onward.
Yes, we do. It's only the second period, as I like to say again, as now Miami is in the corner. Almost a hard hit there by Berezinski as the puck is thrown back around behind the net. Centering pass up, it is stopped before any man can make a play on that by Luke Thurston for another offensive zone faceoff with 46 seconds left to go in this power play. 5:29 left to go in the second period as we have some more talking down there.
Miami with plenty of chances here in this second portion of the power play. Hopefully, we'll be able to lock it down here momentarily and get the defense back on track.
I wish I didn't have these headphones on so I could hear what they're saying. As Miami takes the face off as they charge back in, and we have another penalty there. It looks like a hit by Berezinski, as it's going to be another 5-on-3 for a little bit. 5-on-3 for 41 seconds. These penalties are just killing Kennesaw State.
Yeah, that'll be no bueno. 41 seconds of another very rough 5-on-3. Hopefully, we'll be able to kill this one off nice and lickety split. But one can only hope.
And Miami scored early on that 5-on-3 before, so
yeah, it doesn't bode well. Let's just say.
if we can get 2 clears, hopefully we can kill off the 5-on-3 and get back to a 5-on-4 we're used to. What we're used to.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't like
God.
being used to the 5-on-4, and immediately a clear.
An early clear there by Ian McDonald as he chases all the way back down the ice. Almost gets a steal, but yes, he does get control on a centering pass all the way to the boards as Kennesaw kills some more time. 25 seconds left to go on the 5-on-3. 5:08 left to go in the second period as Miami pushes up past the blue line. A pass left short is knocked all the way back down the ice by McDonald as the Miami goaltender comes out to control. Miami throws it all the way to center ice, back into their own zone to reset. 2 Miami players bump into each other as they bring it all the way up the ice into the circle. Back around behind Thurston. An attempted centering pass gets blocked away by Gagne, and Miami now has it on the wing. The 5-on-3 expires as Kennesaw gets 1 man back with 1:12 left to go as Thurston makes a save. Miami now on the near side boards. 5-on-4 hockey stopped by the stick of a Kennesaw State Owl. Might have been Gagne as Miami's playing catch behind the net and is trapped up in the glove by Luke Thurston for an offensive zone faceoff for the Miami Hurricanes. An even minute left to go in this 5-on-4 power play for the University of Miami with 4:23 left to go in the second period.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, after the short locker room break, I can't wait to see how these two teams come out into the third period with all this aggression.
Oh yeah, it'll be a fun one for sure. Fireworks indeed.
Face-off is immediately cleared by Kennesaw State as Miami tries to push back. Miami now. An errant pass goes onto the stick of Berezinski as Berezinski wheels back, gives it on over to Bright. Bright, a bank pass on over to Berezinski as Berezinski does manage to get the clear. Miami, at neutralized, playing some catch. And we have that. Is that a penalty? Is that a penalty? No, I thought for sure that was a trip. Thank God they didn't call it. Wow. 3:50 left to go in the second period. 25 seconds on the 5-on-4 advantage for Miami as Miami makes the push up ice. Puck is stopped by the referee's skates right there as Berezinski tries to chase it down. Kennesaw State, an attempted clear, gets knocked up and out of play. 14 seconds left to go on the power play where finally we can return to some even strength hockey.
Feels like it's been forever, Andrew.
It's been since, Probably like 9 minutes left in this period?
Probably right around
It's been
there.
a long time. Spysinski back on the ice. That's going to be fun to watch. Handles the face-off now. Spysinski immediately takes a check from Miami. They have his number. As Miami,
it's 11.
Yeah, it's 11. Thank you for the observation, Matt, as Miami wraps a pass around the boards as this power play is about to expire with the fight in the corner. Yes, the power play does expire, and Kennesaw finally returns to full-strength hockey.
5-on-5. It feels good to be back.
Yes, it does. 3:15 left to go in the second period with finally some even strength hockey as Berezinski comes back to control in his own zone. Berezinski to Bright. Bright, a bank pass on up for a Miami Hurricane as he controls in his own zone. A pass to neutral ice intercepted by Berezinski as he blasts it all the way back down into the corner for Van de Kerkhoff to retrieve. Van de Kerkhoff with control gets bumped off the puck by 2 Hurricanes as Miami comes back the other way. Stopped before it can clear by Gagne. Gagne, a long wrister, gets stopped by the chest of a Miami Hurricane as Miami throws it all the way back up down the ice. Thurston coming out of his goal to play it away from that Hurricane as Gagne controls. Gagne shrugs off a check in the corner as it hits the back of a Miami Hurricane into their own bench for a stoppage in play. Another face-off. 2:34 left to go in the second period. Score is still tied 3-3.
It'll be an interesting one going into this third period if we end up being tied for the last period of play. It'll be like a fresh start of 0-0 all over again.
And all 3 men for Kennesaw State are out of the box now, so we have some aggression sitting on the bench right now.
Absolutely we do. They are raring to go. That is for sure, Andrew.
Wes Davis now on the near side boards, moving up ice. A pass on over to Testino, gets caught in his equipment, and that is onside. McDonald, a long wrist shot, and gets caught in the glove by the Miami Hurricanes goaltender.
Another offensive zone faceoff here for Kennesaw State, trying to get that offense rolling once again.
2:19 left to go in this second period. as Aaron Tisdale comes in to take this face-off. Tisdale wins it on over to Arnold, and it is trapped between 4 players as Miami throws it all the way down off the boards where they will control. Miami, a pass on over to center ice. And a dump all the way back down behind Thurston, but Davis is, he's the first man to get to it, tips it on back from Moran, but it is not controlled. Puck ends up back on Davis's stick as Gagne, in his own zone, throws it back behind Thurston to Wes Davis. Davis a long pass to Moran, throws it between the legs of a Miami Hurricane, as Kennesaw tries to make a push, but it is shut down, thrown straight back into their own zone. Gagne, a long pass up off the boards. Ryan Moran tries to chase it down, and he does step in front and gets control of the puck. Overskates it, and Miami now will start to push up ice. Miami coming down the right side as Gagne, a mean check, sends him not only off the puck, but onto the seat of his pants as the puck goes all the way back down to the Miami zone.
And that was a good, clean leveling, Andrew. He scheduled him for demolition.
Yes, he did. Ryan Moran, near side board, throws it on up for Miami to control as Ryan Moran tries to tip once again, but Miami comes away with it, crossing the blue line. Miami a wrist shot redirected, but goes high of Luke Thurston. Moran now, once again, trying to get control, but it is Wes Davis that throws it between a man's legs on over to Tristan Gagne. 55 seconds left to go in the second period as Gagne twists up the ice.
Gagne with the handles.
Didn't know he had him. Centering pass is knocked off a skate, controlled by Miami as they make the push up ice. Miami coming up the right side. A centering pass denied by Wes Davis as Miami just barely keeps the puck in the zone and is overskated by 2 Owls as Bright tries to back check him off the puck. A centering pass knocked away by Evan Deere. 30 seconds left to go in the second period as Miami controls in their own zone. A long pass up. Gagne runs shoulder to shoulder into a man, and Tisdale and Gagne fall over each other as Miami's on the break. A shot. What do you expect? Stepped up into the catching glove of Luke Thurston.
He showed that one off. He was like, hey, I got a little something for you.
19 seconds left to go before we have the second intermission of the night going into this third period, as it looks like Spicinski's back out on the ice for the faceoff.
Tell you what, we had a good, I would say relatively clean first period, followed by a very chippy and gritty second period of play here.
Arguably the grittiest period of hockey we've seen all year.
It was something else.
Spicinski throws a pass up the boards, trying to clear, but Miami controls. A wrist shot in front is knocked down by the body of a Miami Hurricane as he took a check from Berezynski. Centering pass is too late as the score is tied 3-3 as time expires for the second intermission of the night.
I will tell you what, Andrew, I am looking forward for this third period of play, all tied up 3-3. As we begin to take the second intermission, we will be back momentarily. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We will be back. And some trash talking going on between Kennesaw State and University of Miami as they head back into the locker rooms. We'll be back momentarily, everyone. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ice Center in beautiful Marietta, Georgia, for the third period of action between your Kennesaw State Fighting Owls and the University of Miami Hurricanes, a.k.a. the U. 20 fresh minutes on the clock, tied up 3-3. Andrew, take it away.
I will indeed, as Miami wins the opening faceoff. And, Matt, that is coming off the heels of one of the most hot-blooded periods we've seen this entire season.
You are not kidding, my man.
There's a little scuffle for the puck on the blue line there as Testino ends up with it. A pass up to McDonald. A wrist shot goes off the right pad of the Miami goaltender as McDonald, a centering pass for Testino, as it is stopped before it can get to the goalie as Davis controls on the point. A higher wrist shot off the shoulder pads of a Miami Hurricane as we have another early penalty against Kennesaw State. That is going to be a trip against Testino, I believe.
Unfortunate.
So once again, right back to where we left off with the penalty minutes. That's a fresh 2 minutes for Miami with the man advantage. I would like to see Kennesaw State get some power play opportunities. We haven't seen that in weeks.
Haven't seen it in a hot, spicy minute, Andrew.
A hot minute as in the first period.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. A hot 40 minutes. Plus intermission time.
Fresh 2 minutes for Miami as Vanda Kirkov is in to take this face-off.
And Miami coach yelling something?
Miami coach is complaining about something here.
Welcome back to Days of Our Miami Coaches.
Still having a conversation.
Playing the Jeopardy music?
Okay, PA guy. That is a good move. I'm proud of that, man. The PA guy played the Jeopardy song. Fantastic move there. Get in their heads. That's what we need. Even the PA guy's with us.
That was one of the funniest things I've heard.
Vanda Kirkov takes the face off, goes back to Gagne, attempted clear. It's kicked back in by Miami. Miami now controlling almost behind Thurston, moves up to the wing as a pass on up. No, goes back to the wing.
That is Testino in the box, Andrew.
That is Testino as Max Haas races down the ice as Kennesaw State gets it clear. Miami trying to move back up ice as Haas pressures him, pushes him back into his own zone as Miami now finally gets over the blue line. Another huge check once again from Tristan Gagne.
Tristan Gagne is the man with the plan tonight, and that plan is to inflict an awful lot of pain on the University of Miami.
These Hurricanes, as they're called.
You know, rumor has it there was another hurricane coming towards the end of hurricane season, and Gagne just checked it right off of the East Coast.
Sent it straight back to the Gulf of Mexico. I was like, my God, man, I don't want this. Kennesaw State doing a pretty good job so far, killing this power play with a solid minute left to go on this man advantage for Miami. 18-20 left to go in the final period of action as Miami speeds down the ice over the blue line. Miami now tries to wrap around on Thurston, but he keeps control of it all the way back up to the point. A pass on over to the near side wing. Miami spinning down into the corner, harassed by Gagne, and it is stolen by Wes Davis. A attempted clear gets stopped before it can cross the blue line. Miami a wrist shot knocked away by Luke Thurston as Miami controls in the corner. Miami, the puck on the point. A bank pass, almost stolen by McDonald, and there's another fight in the corner now as Gagne almost ends up with it as McDonald looks like he was thrown down. And yes, there will be a penalty on Miami as Thurston goes to the bench. Delayed penalty now as Gagne controls, gives it on back to Davis.
Trying to get it out here. Kennesaw State looking to make a drive.
Davis, a bank pass on over to McDonald, and it is lost as Miami finally touches the puck, as we will have a long, agonizing 5 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey before Kennesaw State gets the man advantage with 17:26 left to go in this third period.
17:26. Pretty turbulent year.
I don't know. I don't have a history class this semester. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, you didn't need to have a history class since, like, senior year of high school, man. You're an electrical engineer.
I took a history class, like, last semester, dude.
Why?
I had to. It was required.
Yeah, well, those requirements, they'll kill you.
Yeah, well.
It's like, let me take my major classes and get out of here. Let me go to my job.
Couldn't agree more.
Miami ends up with the face-off as the penalty expires, and Kennesaw State now has a man advantage for 150. Vanda Kirkov now back in his own zone, skating around Luke Thurston.
Tell you what, we spent a lot of time shorthanded thus far this game, Andrew. Hopefully we can make some magic happen with a man advantage.
We'll see as Vanderkerkhoff skates the length of the ice and then some as he wraps around the goalie. Wes Davis, a wrist shot, knocked away before it can get to the goaltender. As a attempted clear, he gets stopped by the stick of Bright. And now Bright gets tripped down to the ice as Wes Davis now controls. Bright is very slow to get up as it looks like he may have hit his head on the boards as Vanderkerkhoff controls, but Bright straight back into the play like the hockey player he is. Deer, a pass almost for Wes Davis as it gets tipped and sent all the way back down the ice with 1:10 left to go on this power play for Kennesaw State. 16:34 left to go in the third. Wes Davis now skates up the ice, a long pass on up to Deer as Deer cannot control the pass, a little too hot. Spysinski now. A dump pass all the way on down as we have another delayed penalty, it looks like, on Kennesaw State this time. 52 seconds left to go on the power play as Miami moves up ice. Miami brings it in. A wrist shot onto Thurston and is blockered away. And Kennesaw has yet to touch the puck. Another shot is snapped up in the glove by Luke Thurston. Finally, we have a stoppage in play, and it looks like another penalty on Kennesaw State for 39 seconds of 4-on-4 action with another fresh, I can't do the math in my head. What is
Are
it?
you okay? What? Oh, 39
Is
seconds?
it 131 or is it 121? 1 minute, 21
120.
seconds of a man advantage hockey for
There you go.
Miami. Matt, I
You
am
got there eventually.
done with my math courses for my major, so
So you're done with math courses for the rest of your life. How's that feel, man?
I feel liberated.
I'm
feel
my
like
second.
a free man.
I'm in my second to last semester of college, and I am still not done with my math courses. I
Yeah,
still have another one next semester.
Well, I'm praying for you, Matt.
Thank you. I need it.
Berezynski ends up with a face-off as it is thrown back on over to Gagne as 4-on-4 hockey is still progressing. A pass on over to Tisdale. Tisdale takes it over the line, gets knocked off the puck, but it's controlled by Berezynski. Berezynski, a back tap and Testino. Testino, a nice move, a backhand right into the chest.
Ooh.
The Miami goaltender Testino, a nifty move there to put a good attempt on goal.
Yeah, he put the moves on him. He put the silky smooth moves on him.
Moves like Testino, they say, from that one song.
The famous Maroon 5 song. Moves like John Testino.
Aaron Tisdale on the face-off now. Miami takes it. Miami skating along behind their own net with 15 seconds left to go in the 4-on-4. 15:40 left to go in the third period. A wrist shot on goal, gloved away by Luke Thurston as Gagne controls. Gagne waiting patiently back in his own zone
It's killing time.
as he gives it on over to Berezynski. Berezynski, a long blast back over to the other end of the ice for an immediate clear as the 4-on-4 expires. And now Miami will have 1 minute and 13 seconds left to go on this man advantage. Miami moving up ice. Moves in between about 4 Kennesaw defenders there as a backhanded pass around the boards where Miami will control. Gagne now harassing, strips him cleanly of the puck and tries to blast it all the way back down the boards, but it's controlled by Miami before it can go anywhere. A scrum in the corner now between 2 Miami Hurricanes and 1 Kennesaw State Owl, as this is killing a good bit of time with 45 seconds left to go on the power play.
You can just kind of hang out there as long as
Press
they
it in
feel
the corner and
yeah.
see what happens as a bank pass for the Miami Hurricanes goes awry as Moran attempts to clear, and he does.
Very good clear and a good effort there from Kennesaw State. Fighting for that one tooth and nail until they finally come up, or I guess I should say claw and beak and talon.
Claw and feather. 25 seconds left to go on this power play. 14:25 left to go in the period.
I don't think birds, let alone owls, fight using their feathers, Andrew.
Well, I haven't watched a Discovery documentary in a while,
It's been a while since I've watched Planet Earth.
so I can't tell you. Moran now trying to clear as the puck goes up in the air and is gloved down by a Miami Hurricane as Kennesaw State cannot manage to get a clear yet. The power play is 2 seconds away from expiring. A one final shot on goal. 14 minutes even left to go in the period as we are back to full-strength hockey. Good strip of the puck there by Gagne. Gagne tries to clear, but it's off a skate and back into the Kennesaw zone. A pass goes straight between a Miami Hurricanes player legs as Deer will be the first man down the ice to
the
retrieve.
only one there.
But no, it is back-tapped all the way back down the ice by the Miami goalie. Bright now to contest as a Miami moves up ice. A centering pass almost kicked in again, but it's just wide. As Vanderkerkhoff now with a one-on-one hockey. Pass over to Deer. Deer almost back to Vanderkerkhoff, but it's just a bit too far. A fantastic opportunity there, but sadly we cannot convert.
Yeah, unfortunate that last pass got broken up. He had the right idea, would have beaten the goaltender by literal miles, Andrew.
Wasn't anywhere in sight
Different
as
zip
Testino moves up
code.
the ice. Testino tries to put a shot between the defender's legs as it's stuffed away by a skate. Testino now playing some defense as the puck goes all the way back to the stick of Bright. 13 minutes even left to go in this third period as Miami controls neutral ice, but immediately gives it away to Captain Wes Davis. Davis on up to McDonald. McDonald backhands it all the way down into the glove of the Miami Hurricanes goaltender. Some good back-and-forth hockey right there as Kennesaw State successfully kills off 2 penalties.
Absolutely, and surprisingly thus far, with 12:53 left to play here, it hasn't seemed quite as chippy as we thought it would initially be.
If this game's still tied by the end of this period, we'll see what happens.
Oh,
we'll see
you're
what
not
happens,
kidding.
but maybe they're just not trying to get as many penalties.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Spysidski lines up with a face-off as Kennesaw State almost manages to get control. They're still fighting for it. It's like a whole nother face-off out there as Evan Deere eventually comes up with it on the boards. Gives it on up to Berezinski. Berezinski, a slap shot, gets tipped before it can go anywhere. A centering pass almost goes 5-hole. Luckily for that goalie, he had his stick resting flat on the ice, and it stops it before it can go straight between his legs.
That was so darn close.
That's the second opportunity this period for Kennesaw State for a clean goal. But sadly, it's turned away. Spysinski comes in on the face-off. Spysinski wins it on over to Deere as Deere tries to tap it down onto the boards, but Spysinski ends up with it. Spysinski, a centering pass, a little too far for Bright, as Berezinski ends up with it on the point, gives it back down to Bright. Deere chases it in the corner. A centering pass attempted for Bright. Not going to get there as Miami takes control. Miami, central ice, pushing up ice. As Berezinski tries to stop him. Miami now on the left side. A backhanded wrist shot onto Thurston for another save. And Matt, that aggression we were talking about looks like it's coming back as a Miami player just got cross-checked straight down to the ice.
Yeah, it seems like I spoke a smidgen too soon.
Yeah, he should have gave it another minute.
Yeah, right? I will say, in all fairness, it looked like his momentum was just kind of carrying him into that one. He had no choice.
Might have been a little bit of an embellishment.
I don't think it was an embellishment. He did knock him over, but I think he just wasn't really able to stop in time.
Aaron Tisdale now coming in for the face-off. 12-12 left to go in this third period. Score is still tied up. Kennesaw State ends up with the puck, but it's thrown back around the net by Gagne and controlled by Miami, but Wes Davis manages to take control. Davis throws it up to Moran. Moran takes a check, but manages to keep control as he gives it back over to Gagne. Gagne, a pass over to Davis.
Wow, caught it with like a backhand catch. That was awesome.
That was nice. As Moran tries to skate back to get it, and it goes back to neutral ice, where Kennesaw State will have to skate down to gather their own puck. Gagne, first man to it. 11:40 left to go in this third period. Miami gets control. A wrist shot goes wide right of the cage as Moran tracks it down. Miami whiffs on a clear as Arnold attempts a huge check, but sadly is brushed off as Miami controls the puck in their own zone. Miami playing catch in the corner. A bank pass almost hits me in the mouth, but no, keeps going all the way down for an icing.
Calling these icings very quick, even on some good contested skates.
They are. 11:17 left to go in this third period. Score is still the same, but you already knew that.
That's the information that we do have on the screen.
Ian McDonald loses the face-off to Miami as the Hurricanes control behind their own goaltender. A long pass is tipped down by a Miami Hurricane as it is banked off of a skate and somehow still Miami's possession, but there is Bright to take it away. Bright, a pass on over to Testino. Testino throws it back down into Miami zone as Miami flips it all the way back up to neutral ice, where Bright will take control. Bright to Berezinski. Berezinski attempted for McDonald, but controlled by Miami. The Hurricanes now moving up ice, crossing the blue line as Bright tangles up a man, puts him into Kennesaw State benches. Testino now on a breakaway. Testino, a wrist shot, just blockered away as Testino tried to go high stick side, but he was ready for it as he's been beat there once already tonight. The puck thrown all the way back down the ice for Luke Thurston to control. Testino with a good opportunity. That goalie was ready for it. He saw high stick side and was just able to get a shoulder on that
his
puck.
life was flashing before his eyes. He's like, no, not high stick side again.
He's been beat 5-hole twice, high stick side once.
Yes, indeed.
Spysinski comes down to the face-off in the Miami offensive zone. An early wrist shot is tipped about 3 times, and we have a goal by Miami as a deflection ends up in the back of the net.
Ah, crap.
And it looks like Berezinski took a weird angle hit there as he skates awkwardly to the bench, looking for a bit of a breather there. Berezinski looks pretty hurt over there on the bench.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be all right.
Yeah, we need him out there.
Yes, indeed.
Ten 20 left to go in this third period as Evan Deere collects the face-off win from Spicinski. Evan Deere now gets shrugged off the puck as a fight in the corner between Deere, Spicinski, and a Miami Hurricane. Miami comes up with it, throws it off the boards to avoid the wrath of Spicinski as Deere tips it back down.
Yeah, if anybody's going to really put the hurt on somebody right now, it's going to be Spicinski.
Oh, yeah. A hard slapper goes all the way back to neutral ice collected by Davis. Davis, a pass all the way up to Deere as Deere almost makes a man look silly, but is knocked away. Spicinski now controlling a long pass across the ice collected by Miami, but Kennesaw State takes control. A pass intended for Deere hits the boards, goes all the way back down as Deere is in a scrum in the corner. Deere trying to win that battle, but Miami collects as it's pinged off the stick of Vander Kirchhoff. Miami moving down the ice, and a backhander goes straight above Luke Thurston and ends up in the mesh.
Almost a good opportunity there for Miami to try and pull ahead by 2 goals, but of course no dice there.
Miami with their first lead of the game. It comes very late. With about 10 minutes left to go in the third period, they score that goal. 9:23 left to go in this third period. McDonald in on the faceoff. And it looks like the Miami player gets tossed. Oh, no. Both players get tossed. McDonald and the Miami player. They're a bit overzealous there. As Testino comes in to take the faceoff, Miami wins it. A hard slapper is stopped before it can get to Thurston, but Miami still controls off of a skate. Check there by McDonald. Goes all the way to the point, where Miami takes a hard wrist shot, is knocked away by the shoulder of Luke Thurston. As Bright gives it on over to McDonald. McDonald to Testino as Testino tries to move up ice. Testino now controls, gives on over to Kirchhoff. A hard wrist shot, almost out of his glove. It is out of his glove as the goaltender sprawls to the ice. And now the puck ends up in the corner onto the stick of John Testino. Testino shrugs off a check, controls it behind the net. A centering pass is launched all the way down the ice. This will be an icing. 8:40 left to go in this third period as the puck is coming all the way back into the offensive zone faceoff for Kennesaw State as the Miami Hurricanes lead 4-3.
Tell you what, with a 1-goal deficit here with 8:41 remaining, it's nearing what we call crunch time for Kennesaw State.
I think this is crunch time. I don't think it's nearing it.
Oh, you think we're already inside of the crunch time?
Yes, we are. This is a very
time?
crunchy time for us, Matt. Miami now moving back with the puck as Davis there is harassing that Miami player as he eventually just gives up the puck as Gagne takes it. Gagne, attempted pass for Arnold. Arnold knocks it down, and Kennesaw State has to backtrack to get back on side. Miami, a pass up the neutral ice. A long pass for nobody except for the corner of the Marietta Ice Center as Davis gets tripped up for a penalty, and that will be a fresh 2 minutes of a man advantage for the Kennesaw State Owls as that will be a tripping call where Wes Davis hit the ice. That was one of the most clear calls we've had tonight.
Hopefully, Andrew will be able to capitalize on this one. We have a man advantage here, and we are looking for some retaliation. But I'll tell you what, we just had number 5 Berezynski back out there on the ice.
Well, you know why? You know why, right?
Why is that?
Because he watches a lot of hockey.
I hear tell that he watched. Story has it. A little birdie told me.
Kennesaw State working on a bit of a change as Berezynski, speak of the devil, comes back out on the ice. As Spicinski,
Speak of the owl.
Spicinski takes the face off, gives it on back to Gagne. Gagne, a wrist shot all the way in, goes just left of the cage, is Miami. All attempts to clear, but is stopped by none of the Berezynski. A hard slapper. 5-hole! Berezynski comes off the injury and puts a slap shot through the 5-hole of the Miami goaltender to tie this game at 4 apiece.
They thought they knocked him out of the game, but he comes right back and knocks in the tying goal with 7:54 remaining here at the Ice Center. Oh, my goodness. What an absolute cannon that shot was, Andrew.
What a way to prove that you're not hurt than to come in and score the tying goal.
One had some lasers on it. Some rocket boosters.
It was a smoke trail coming off that puck.
My goodness.
Spysinski coming in now for the faceoff. Kennesaw State got some momentum back as Miami takes the faceoff. Miami moving up ice as it is controlled by Wes Davis. Davis, a lob pass in for Deer as Deer tries to put a move on a man, but no, it is stripped, but thrown all the way back down in by Spysinski. Miami attempting to make the push up ice as Spysinski's there to harass, but no, they get it past him. Right there, the good bit of defense there. A shot put on goal.
Oh.
Almost looked like it was off the bottom of the mask of Luke Thurston, but he caught it anyway.
I'll tell you what, that was a really good opportunity for Miami. But I'll tell you what, how about getting stonewalled once again?
By none other than our boy, Luke Thurston.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Ian McDonald in on the faceoff now. Tristan Gagne controls. Gagne puts on the brakes and gives it on over to Davis. Davis, a pass off the boards, kicked down by Testino and given up to McDonald. McDonald, known for his speed, almost puts a man, makes a man miss. Van de Kerkhoff on the rebound. That play happened so fast, they couldn't even call it.
That was incredible. We had a shot there by McDonald. He attempted to finesse around a player who ended up just laying down and breaking that up. But I believe we have an offsides here, so we can break that last one down. He tried to go around a player, give him the old razzly-dazzly, but that player just ended up laying down on the ice, and so the puck was stopped off of his thigh or shin or other extremity, and that was immediately picked up by Van de Kerkhoff for an attempted shot, and then a rebound stuff that was also held by the University of Miami goaltender.
You certainly have a way with words, Matt.
And with 6:55 left to go here, in the third and final period at the Ice Center here in Marietta, Georgia.
Backhanded pass by Testino goes over to McDonald. But Miami controls. Miami now pushing up ice. We got a 2-on-1, but no, Berezinski shuts the door as Kennesaw State comes back up the ice. McDonald, between the legs pass, back to McDonald, a shot on goal, turned aside by the Miami goaltender as Bright keeps it back on side, but eventually leaks out for Miami to move up ice. Attempted pass off the shin of Berezinski as Miami controls. Another hard check there by Testino. We are putting the hurt on Miami this final period.
You are not kidding.
Spysinski loses the puck in his skates.
What?
What?
Says it all the way down the ice.
Spysinski now back to pressure as Evan Deer gives chase now as Miami just dumps it all the way back in with 5:55 left to go in this third and final period of action. Deer now on the near side. Attempted centering pass is stopped. Bright manages to get a stick on it, but it's pushed wide. Attempted clear goes over the glass and out of play for an offensive zone faceoff for Kennesaw State. 5:41. I can't read today, Matt. I'm so excited.
Hey, it's a late one, and we've had a long day.
5:41 left to go. Score tied 4-4. Let's see who can break the ice first.
Hey,
Nice it's hockey,
pun.
ice. You know what I'm saying. Miami now controlling. There's a bank pass all the way down the ice behind Luke Thurston where Wes Davis will attempt to gain control. A centering pass off the skate of Thurston is pushed to the corner as Evan Deer tries to clear. A shot that was redirected about 3 times off of Thurston and a rebound score by University of Miami as Miami takes the 1-goal lead with 5:20 left to go in this third period.
Darn it, Andrew. I'm not happy about that one. That was too many chances right in a row.
I mean, that first shot got deflected about 3 times, so Thurston couldn't trap it, and it just bounced off of him for the rebound for Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
Miami now with the 1-goal lead late in this game as Tisdale comes in for the faceoff. Tisdale wins it, but Miami's fighting for it as that puck is knocked back into the Kennesaw zone where it is controlled by nobody yet. Yes, it is controlled by Gagne now as Gagne moves behind Luke Thurston. A pass off the boards, eventually corralled by nobody yet as Miami almost gets an attempted shot, but no, it is kicked aside. As Isaiah Arnold is now in the corner, on the near side boards fighting for the puck. Miami now neutral ice. A long saucer pass in as it is trapped by the glove of Luke Thurston for another face-off. The offensive zone for Miami. 4:48 left to go. This game is coming down to the wire. Kennesaw State needs to make a move in fast if we want to get some momentum.
Absolutely, Andrew. I am not thrilled about that last goal, so hopefully we'll be able to make it happen.
Looks like Ian McDonald will come in for this faceoff. McDonald sends it on over, and it is cleared all the way back down the ice where Vandekerkhoff will chase. Vandekerkhoff is the first man to it, no icing.
Wow.
That was a good bit of skating there by Jeremy Vandekerkhoff.
He's incredibly fast, Andrew.
Vandekerkhoff controlling on the boards, kicked it on over to Wes Davis. A long wrist shot off the body of McDonald, almost a good redirect, but it lost most of its steam and is trapped by the University of Miami goaltender.
Tell you what, if Kennesaw State wants to have a chance at evening this one up or possibly winning it here tonight, they're going to need to spend the majority of this 4:28 left to play in this zone right here, in this offensive zone. It's all about the time of possession for the last part of the game here, Andrew.
And we'll see what happens as Spysinski comes in to take this face-off. Spysinski hands it on over to Deer. Back to Spysinski in the corner. Scrum in the corner now as Spysinski tries to control, but it is thrown back along the boards by Miami as Miami controls. Long pass off the boards is controlled by Berezinski back in Kennesaw State's own zone with 4:08 left to go. Berezinski methodically moving up ice as he gives it on over to Deer. Pass a little too long, but it's knocked in anyway by Berezinski. Miami now with the puck in their own zone. Spysinski coming to pressure. Long pass across the ice in the neutral zone where Bright will collect. Bright tips it back in. Hard check there by Spysinski, knocks a man to the ice as the other Bright brother comes in to collect. Miami in the corner. Gives it on up to Bright. As Bright, a wrist shot is deflected before it leaves his stick and goes wide. Miami with the puck. 3:30 left to go in this period as Spysinski with yet another check. Spysinski goes off the ice for a change as Miami controls at neutral ice. Puck goes all the way down to the near side as a foot race now as Berezinski gets to it first. Bright now, attempted centering pass is controlled by Miami. Miami killing time in their own zone with 3:10 left to go. Long pass up ice is off the stick and controlled by Bright. Bright all the way down for Testino, but it's a bit too far. Miami will get to it first, and we will have an icing. That faceoff is coming all the way back with just under 3 minutes left to go.
Otherwise known as 2:59.
That is just under 3 minutes
Yes, indeed.
in this final period of play. Miami still up by 1. Kennesaw needs to make a move. McDonald in for the faceoff. McDonald wins it on back to Berezinski as Berezinski blasts all the way to Testino around the boards. Miami keeps it in. A centering pass off the skate of Bright. As Bright throws it all away to the stick of Vandekerkhoff. Vandekerkhoff moving up ice. Crossing the blue line in the neutral zone. Vandekerkhoff skating all the way down. A wrist shot right into the chest of the University of Miami goaltender as Miami goes right back to work. Puck thrown all the way back down. Tipped by Gagne. So there will be no icing as Davis takes control. Gives it on over to Gagne. Gagne to Testino as Testino makes the push. Testino gives it on up to McDonald. McDonald stops on a dime and turns around. Gives a bank pass on over to Gagne. Gagne dumps back to McDonald. McDonald centering pass attempted for Testino, but it is stopped and kept in the zone by Gagne. McDonald around the boards. Bright fighting for position, and he gains it. Centering pass for Testino. Hops over the stick of a good opportunity there. Miami throws the puck all the way back down for Gagne to collect with 1:55 left to go in this third period as Bright moves up ice. Puck a little too far as Deer and Bright try to collect as the puck goes through both of them and is stopped by Gagne. Gagne tries to keep the puck in the zone as it just leaks out over the blue line where Davis will collect. Spysinski moves back into the zone and the puck is immediately moved back out where Miami will throw it deep into the Kennesaw zone for Thurston to gather and give it on over to Gagne. 1:30 left to go.
Minute 30 left.
Evan Deer at neutral ice gives it over to Vandekerkhoff. Vandekerkhoff, a wrist shot off the mask. And Vandekerkhoff tries to control back on the corner, overskates just a touch as Evan Deer comes in to assist. Minute 15 left to go. Evan Deer with the puck. Evan Deer gives it on back. And attempted centering pass is stopped by Miami.
He's trying for the wraparound there.
As 1 minute left to go in this final period. A centering pass is controlled by Wes Davis as Davis makes the push. Wes Davis curls on back. 50 seconds left to go.
Looking to regroup here as Kennesaw before they make their final couple of pushes here for the hopeful tying goal here.
Wes Davis gives it on over to Berezinski, who tips it on up. And it's immediately thrown back off the skate of Davis, where Davis will have to go all the way back down to collect. Davis now behind Luke Thurston. Gives it on over to Gagne. And Tisdale ends up taking it. Tisdale starting to move up ice. 30 seconds left to go as he is knocked off the puck and it's still in neutral ice. A pass all the way to the boards is controlled by Berezinski. Berezinski gives it on up to Miami as a hard check there by Aaron Tisdale.
Aaron Tisdale.
With 15 seconds left to go, McDonald now throws it back in. And we have, it looks like, a penalty on Kennesaw State. Is it on Kennesaw? It is a cross-checking penalty.
On Miami. It doesn't matter. It's 8 seconds left.
8 seconds left to go. The cross-checking penalty.
Wait. Yes.
Is on Miami, it looks like.
Yes.
At least I hope it is.
I believe so.
Yep, cross-check is on Miami. We have 8.3 left to go in this third and final period of action. Miami still up by 1. Kennesaw needs to get one of the quickest shots they've had all year in order to tie this game up.
You can see them drawing up that play over there on the bench. They have something that they're going to try here. Hopefully it is successful.
And it all hinges on winning this faceoff.
Yes, indeed it does. Can't win the faceoff, you can't win the game.
Anyway, Matt, during this timeout, is there anything you would like to say? Because I know you are so full of knowledge, you would like to give us something.
Full of knowledge?
Yes.
Right now I'm full of a Grandma's Mini Sandwich Creams Vanilla Artificially Flavored Cookie.
And where did you get that bag of cookies, Matt?
The vending machine.
Nice.
It was $1.
$1 for some cookies, as I might take them up on this deal after the game. I thought my computer was breaking for a second as the screen turned orange, but no, it's just night mode, and I'm just losing my mind.
Oh, I love night mode. One of the best things to happen to modern-day computers.
All right, the timeout is over as Kennesaw State comes back out onto the ice. 8.3 left to go in this game. Kennesaw State with the man advantage. A clear here by Miami will end the game as Kennesaw State goes empty net. It is a 6-on-4. McDonald is going to be the one in on this faceoff. Luke Thurston sitting on the bench, hoping Kennesaw can pull something out to send this game to overtime.
Aren't we all, Andrew?
Ref taking his sweet time, dropping the puck here. As play is stopped for a second as the players regroup.
Oh, come on, come on, come on.
McDonald gearing up for the faceoff. This is the longest puck drop I've ever seen as McDonald manages to come away with it as Kennesaw has it on the boards. 3 seconds left to go, and that will be the game as Miami just stuffs it in the corner and lets time expire.
Unfortunate for Kennesaw State, losing on the last-minute goal there. However, that's not all she wrote. That the battle may be won, but the war is still very much in discussions, Andrew, because we have another game against the University of Miami Hurricanes, a.k.a. the U, tomorrow at, I believe, 1:30 p.m. So be sure to join us for that one. We will be here bright and early-ish. That's college early is 1:30 p.m. We will be here. Will you is the real question. And thank you, everyone, for watching. A heartbreaking defeat for Kennesaw State as they lose 5-4 in 3 full periods of play. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow